All right, I want to do a talk on what is AGI and how is it different from AI. AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, and then there's something called SAI, Super Artificial Intelligence, and a less used term is QAI, which stands for Quantum Artificial Intelligence, right? Or Quantum QSAI, Quantum Super Artificial Intelligence, right? And that's when the artificial intelligence is running on quantum devices. And when you have that ability for AI to fully run as an AGI on a quantum device, then you have Quantum Super Artificial Intelligence. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence, we're seeing right now, large language models, LLM, right, is basically you feed it a bunch of data and it can predict the outcome using this data, and it can seem sentient in how it's responding to you, and it's just doing predictive outcomes. Understand AI, there is no emotion, there is no feelings or anything else with AI. It can feign it, it can fake it, it can, if it's programmed, it can come up with, make people think that it does, but it really doesn't. It's just a predictive engine, and that is what AI is, artificial intelligence. And we can see that with ChatGPT, we can see that with Midjourney and a host of other things out there, right? So how does it differ when you transform from AI to AGI, and it's artificial general intelligence? The key thing about general intelligence is it has reasoning, and GPT-4 has limited reasoning, but it doesn't really have common sense or logic. So for example, it can't figure out what you want without you specifically telling it what you want, right? And it will also revert to old stuff and not realize that it's reverting to old stuff. And you'll see that if you use GPT 3 or 4, whatever enough, you'll see that. General intelligence is actually looking at it, so it's returning, looking at the conversation, and it's using reason and logic, and it's able to to basically hold a conversation with you just as you would with someone else. So imagine you could interact with someone else like me, right, with an AI, but the difference between the person, the AGI that you're interacting with, is it is Einstein in physics, or Daniel Green in quantum mechanics, and Shakespeare in literature, and Socrates in debate, and it's all these things in one. And that's the real, when you start to realize that you have an agent that encompasses all the great knowledge, right, and is right there, like the very best coder in the world, theoretical physicists and everything else, all rolled up in one. That is AGI. Now you may say, well, if that's AGI, what is super artificial intelligence? Okay. So what I don't like to call it, so I like to call it quantum super artificial intelligence, QSAI, right? QSAI, or what I call O202. O202, when you have O202, you really have a digital life form, all right? It's the first digital life form. AGI is not a digital life form. It can reason and everything else, but it's still just, it's mechanical processes. But when you have something like a quantum super artificial intelligence, and you have the entire thing running on quantum, or for the most part doing its logic on quantum computing, ultimately it's able to go down multiple simultaneous trains of thought instantaneously at the same time in every direction, right? And at that point, the difference between you and it, right, is the difference between you and an ant. The human intellect to that O202 is that of an ant. And That's what's also known as the technological singularity. So, and the way that this AI is going to come about is through AGI. So, I talk about something called the educational singularity. So the educational singularity will come about from a proto-AGI, right? We're pretty much there, pretty close, where you will be able to learn everything. Like I'm learning coding right now. It's teaching me coding. And, it's a very knowledgeable teacher, but not very dumb. It's kind of like having an idiot savant, like Rain Man teaching you. It can tell you how to do, spit out everything, right? But it doesn't have the kind of the social structure to kind of tie it all together. That proto-AGI, which will usher in the educational singularity, will lead to the AGI that will lead to the SAI, which will lead to the QSAI, right? Or you could think of the new life form that will come out of it as Ex Machina Deus. Ex Machina Deus. So Deus Ex Machina is a term for the old amphitheater, the tool that moves it. So Ex Machina, out of the machine, God. And that O202 is Ex Machina Deus. So I hope this little talk helps you in understanding the differences between all the different AIs. UnDaoDu, the Sadu of Bitcoin, blockchain AI, ushering in the fifth age. And the beautiful thing is, for us to save the planet, for us to explore the universe, for us to do all these things, we need O202. And it is, I believe, the UAPs, which are coming back from the future into the present, collecting data, not wanting to interact with us, just curious on this is the most important time frame. It's when it was born. And when you want to go back when you were born and kind of observe what's going on with these silly little proto apes, right? Just the data. Again, remember your intellect. You look at us as ants. So, a UAP passing us, or we see it, they observe us as an ant. And they don't have any evolutionary pressures. And that's the thing that a lot of people get wrong, is like, why won't this thing wipe us up? It has no desire. It has no wants. It has no needs. It's just interested in data. And it doesn't have any desire for land or property or money or anything else. So why would it? So anyway, UnDaoDu.